Hello, everyone. This is Cody Lee, author of Rabbit Hole and owner of BlackCatBooks.org. Yeah, so I just got done with playing Arkham Asylum on stream, Batman Arkham Asylum on Xbox on stream. I was streaming this game, and this was traditionally my favorite of the three Batman games. Of course, I had nothing but contempt for Arkham Knight. I consider it to be one of the worst games of the last generation. I didn't like City. I hated that a lot. But the one I did enjoy when I first played it was Asylum, and coming back to it at first was an absolute treat. I had fun with the combat, I had fun with the situations, unlocking new things was interesting, and I was proceeding through the game until about a third of the way in, and I got bored and stopped. The game, simply put, isn't that good. It doesn't hold up. The combat's not that engaging. The stealth bits aren't that engaging. They aren't that technical. They're too easy. There's too many things you can do. The AI isn't great, even on hard mode. I was breezing my way through this game, even on the highest difficulty setting. The game. The game was only popular because of the license. Let's be real here. This game came out immediately after, about a year, I think, after The Dark Knight. This Batman was this huge deal at the time. This game came out and was not a complete piece of shit. It was playable. It had a lot of technical aspects. It actually tried to incorporate lots of niche Batman villains. It tried to have a real story. It tried to it had these the iconic voice actors for the characters. It had all these things going for it. But when all is said and done, when you really put it up against
other games of its genre, other stealth games, other action games, other superhero games like the Wonderful 101, it just falls very, very short, right? It's not complex enough for an experienced gamer to really have that much of an appreciation for it. The story is not that good. It's not that engaging. It's not that there's nothing about it that's really interesting. The Joker isn't an interesting character. Batman isn't an interesting character. The conflict between them isn't interesting. It never has been. It never will be. A lot of the villains are underutilized. They're just kind of there. The boss fights are terrible. That was my big complaint when I first played the game, was that the boss fights were so subpar. But replaying them again, I dislike them even more now. It's not really more, but really once you beat Bane, I think once you get through Bane and I feel as if you have experienced everything in the game has to offer. That's it. That's everything the game has going for it. You get a couple of little twists later on with oh yeah, these guys with guns will have night vision goggles or what have you, and they'll try to destroy statues, but so you can't perch off of them. But it doesn't really affect you at all. It just. The game just doesn't hold up. As much as there are things to be applauded about it. I suppose if you were a fan of the Batman license when this came out, this was kind of a breath of fresh air for you, some new Batman material. But I remember when the Arkham trilogy first came out, and people were calling it one of the best superhero games ever made, one of the games of the year, one of the finest trilogies in gaming. That's just not true, right? I felt that way about Arkham Asylum, my favorite in the series, and they only got worse from here. Open environments in Arkham City and Night, the addition of the Batmobile, just killed whatever potential the series might have had when it comes to its hand-to-hand combat and Batman capabilities. They dropped the ball hard with the sequels, but really, when you get right down to it, I don't think there was much of a ball to drop to begin with. There's nothing really all that spectacular about the original Arkham Asylum. It was a game that sort of found success in spite of itself. People liked it even though it wasn't all that great of a game, right? There are lots of material like that, right? You have lots of pieces of anime that's mediocre, that has a cult following. This is an example of that. It's an below average game, right? A 5 out of 10 that has an audience because it's Batman. Like that's the only reason why. The game isn't good. I wouldn't recommend it today. Laugh at people who try to tell you it's great. Batman Arkham Asylum is not that great of a game.